Hello, my name is Candy Denaso, and my presentation is about the Family Medical Leave Act, or FMLA. The Family Medical Leave Act, which guarantees employees unpaid time off for the family or medical reasons, was passed in 1993. Prior to that time, it was common for employees to lose their job if they had a serious illness that required a week or more off from work. Women lost their jobs when they took 4 weeks or more off due to having a child. This resulted in limited career prospects for women. Some women endangered their health by returning to work too soon in order to be able to keep their jobs. The law made no provision for employees to take time off to care for a seriously ill relative. And according to the U.S. Department of Labor, the Family Medical Leave Act provides a means for it's intended to promote the stability and economic security of families as well as the nation's interest in preserving the integrity of families. Here are some facts about FMLA. FMLA applies to private employers with 50+ employees for 20 or more weeks in a year, all public agencies, all private and public elementary and secondary schools regardless of their size. To be eligible for FMLA leave, an employee must work for a covered employer and have worked for that employer for at least 12 months and have worked at least 1,250 hours during the 12 months prior to the start of the FMLA leave. Work at a location where at least 50 employees are employed at the location or within 75 miles of the location. FMLA guarantees up to 12 weeks of unpaid job protection leave in a 12-month period for certain family and medical reasons. Special family military leave entitlements for eligible employees. Maintenance of group health benefits while on leave. Upon return, an employee can return to the same or equivalent position at the end of the leave, with some exceptions. Employees do not need to specifically mention FMLA when seeking leave the first time for an FMLA qualifying reason. Covered employers must display FMLA posters and respond within 5 business days to an FMLA leave request. One case I stumbled upon is the Jones versus Gulf Coast Healthcare, or Accenture. Jones served as Activities Director for Accenture, a long-term care nursing facility from 2004 until he was fired in 2015. Part of his duties included regular physical tasks, and after a few years of the physical demands of the job, Jones learned that he had to undergo shoulder surgery in order to repair his torn rotator cuff, and that he would need to take time off from work to recover from the surgery. His employer, Accenture, determined that he was eligible for FMLA leave and granted him time off from September 6, 2014 until December 18th of 2014 so that he could undergo the surgery and recover fully. He was scheduled to come back to work on December 19, 2014. However, on December 18th, his doctor reported that Jones would not be able to return to work and resume physical activity until February 1st of 2015. He also needed to continue with physical therapy on his shoulder. Accenture refused to allow Jones to come back until his doctor provided a fitness for duty certification, so he had to take an additional 30 days leave. While on leave, Jones decided to visit Busch Gardens theme park and went to St. Martin. He was walking around taking pictures. He sent the pictures to some of his work friends via text message and visited his family in St. Martin. He posted photos from these trips on his Facebook page, which included pictures of himself on the beach. He eventually returned to work on January 19th of 2015 as planned. He had a meeting with his boss at the beginning of the day, and during that meeting, Jones presented his boss with a fitness for duty certification confirming that he could immediately return to his job. To which his boss responded by showing Jones the photo from Jones's Facebook page of the trip he had taken while on medical leave. His boss then told him that the wonderful staff ratted him out. He went on to say that corporate believed, based on the posts on Facebook, that Jones had been well enough to return to work at an earlier point. But Jones was subsequently suspended so that his conduct during medical leave could be investigated. Although Jones was given an opportunity to respond to the charges, he failed to do so. Several days later, his employment was terminated. He eventually returned to work on January 2015. So what are the key takeaways from Jones versus Gulf Coast Healthcare case? First, there is no reinstatement unless the employee can perform the essential functions of the job at the end of the leave period. 2. An employer can require an employee to obtain a fitness for duty certification from their doctor before they return to work. Also, temporal proximity can create a presumption of retaliatory intent in an FMLA retaliation case. And finally, employees who are on FMLA and go on vacation or are having a good time should not post pictures of it on social media sites. The importance of the FMLA today is that it has been used more than 100 million times by women and men to care for parents, children, and spouses with serious illnesses, and to bond with new children, and to manage their own serious health conditions. It grants job protections for up to 3 months of leave and only applies to enterprises with 50 or more employees. Eligibility requirements exclude many workers. So in other words, almost half of the American workforce has no FMLA protection. While the leave, in most cases, is unpaid, it does provide a job protection and extends health insurance benefits for employees while they are unable to work. It is my hope that this information was helpful to you. Thank you for watching and have a very blessed day.